Good evening. I hope everybody's had a really good Thanksgiving, had a great meal done with their family, and I hope they're trying to enjoy these football games because it's really tough right now. Anyway, I wanted to bring some of this up to you. It's like, speaking of that though, it's like it could be a lot worse. It could be no sports at all. And see, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. It's being thankful for sports because we need this badly right now. No matter how poor the Detroit was today and how poor this game is right now, at least it's football. Because from March till about June or July, we didn't have a thing. Not a thing. None. Zip. I was stuck watching YouTube and watching the 1980s football because it did get my fix. But see, that ended up turning into the Pundit's Pundit, and I'll explain that to you when it's all over with, when the experiment's all over with. One of the things right now we had from those times that March through the June or July is nothing but COVID, 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 hate, politics, and news. That's all we had all those times. And it can drive you crazy. It can drive you absolutely insane and especially when there was absolutely zero, zilch ways of getting out. We were on lockdown. Outside of someone like me who's been delivering, or other people who was in a delivery, or they were essential workers. Everybody stayed in. So when you have that all day, and then you have, all the news, all the hate, all the everything, and there's no sports, there's no escape. You can maybe watch Netflix, but you can only get so far. You can watch Hulu, but you can only get so far. But then sports adds to it. The NBA came back with a bubble. The NHL came back in a bubble. Major League Baseball came out with a 60-game season. Not in a bubble, but with their own idea and with empty stadiums. And now football with few fans, which is an improvement. But still, be thankful for all that. Who cares? Right? See, we still sort of complain about how poor these games are. But be thankful for them. As horrible as the teams are, because we could have nothing. Zero. And see, this is an escape now. Because as I talked about the fantasy football and the annoyance through that with some of the players, but at least that's an escape. The debates that we have on our teams, between each of our teams and which team is better, at least it's not the news. At least it's not the hate. At least it's not any of that. It's our teams, our sports, and outside of a few people, we're all not trying to maim each other or hate or any of that stuff over sports. Not like masks, not like who we choose politically. We're not trying to do that with our sports. We might have a disagreement on quarterbacks. We might have a disagreement on how a team can win. But in the end, most of these people are just married folks that have kids and they have jobs. And sports in the end is their escape. And whether someone's married or someone's single, someone's whatever, it's still their escape. And it's all different lives, and they just need something to work from, just something else to talk about. And we didn't have that for about 4 or 5 months. So look at this right now. Watch this horrible ball game that's on right now and be thankful for it. Next year, you don't have to be thankful. We can be really annoyed at the awful games that are on because we will be forgetting when everything comes back to normal again. But enjoy this right now because this is we're not totally back to normalcy yet. So we need things as normal as humanly possible. And with that said, I am wishing you a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Make sure to stay healthy. And let's get back to our life. Have a good night.